the thing is getting them across the line to get to that point where it just becomes part of their week and part of their world. Other people's experiences with the whole close, the sales close? Bruce, you've only ever had 2 people not join up. What's your secret? And you don't have a script, you said?
I don't have a script because it, you know, each person takes me on a different tack. So, you know, I tend to go fairly in depth with them and leave, I still leave it open, you know, at the end. I don't try and close it. And usually people that come in, they want it, you know, and what I found is that when you don't try and close it, they go, how come you're not trying to close it? I want to do this. Most of the time at the end of the conversation, they ask you, so how do I sign up? Like, I want to sign up now. Even though I've said that, you know, if you want to go away, think about it, that's fine. It's almost like your velvet rope thing and you're, you know, not pushing them to close it. They kind of just go,
For sure.
I'm so used to people trying to push me to do it, but why haven't you done it? And they seem to go away and have a better feeling about it too. Like you never hear from them again saying, oh, I wish I didn't do that, the money's too much or whatever.
And it's a studio too, so excuse me, studio versus the whole gym thing is a different sort of mentality. If I'm going to it, especially the PCYC, because people aren't even necessarily coming in for the gym, they might have just seen it there, and it's my job to try and get them to think about the gym. But for you, if they're coming to a PT studio, they're already thinking about PT. They're coming to you for that specific reason, aren't they?
Can I just share what I was doing and see what your thoughts are?
Sure.
I have a sheet similar to your sheet, and when I'd go over, I'd sit in their home, we'd have coffee, and they'd be filling the sheet out while, you know, I'm just kind of asking little questions here and there. I'm saying, can I help you with anything?
This is the top half, by the way, is it?
Sorry?
The first sheet?
The first sheet,
Yeah.
not the sheet.
The database.
And when we got to the end, after they'd had a little chat about everything and how they feel, I'd use a T-bar, so I wouldn't use, I'd do it with my hands. Like I'd give them 2 options, and I'd use my body language and tick which one I'd rather them to use. I'd say, depending on what kind of personality they have, I'd say, like I'd draw my T-bar up, have one package here, and then I'd say, so would you like this one or this one? And I'd put a tick in this one, and I'd just go this one or this one, whichever one I prefer them to have. Yeah, and usually they would always choose the one that I'd body gesture to. Yeah, and then I'd ask them, how does that sound? Yeah, in the end.
Yeah, with the assessing that I do at TAFE, they're taught the T-bar, aren't you? Taught the T-bar approach. I personally don't like it.
Yeah.
I think it's a bit misleading to sort of go, so do you want this one over here?
Yeah.
And I guess it's all about how you present it.
Yeah.
You know, and if you, again,
yeah.
build that rapport and you've had a coffee and everything.
Yeah,
you
and
know.
I think too, sincerely, which one you think's better for them, not which one is worth more to you. Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, and I think that they can see that once you sat down and built that rapport with them as well. Yeah.
And the thing with the PT studio, and essentially that's what yours is as well, if they say no and no, there's nowhere to go from there with the whole T-bar thing. I'm not saying don't do it. I guess this is a really good time to say that, like anything, just test and measure it. I remember someone asked me once or said to me something like, what's the best marketing to do? Well, the best marketing to do is the best marketing that works for you. And how do I find that out? Test and measure, test and measure. So every new month, you might try the T-bar, then you might try a bit of a script. Do you still have the questions and stuff?
Yes, always do the questions first, yeah.
Cool.
Just for their pains and their pleasures, yeah.
Good. And then you might go, okay, well the T-bar, my conversion rate was 50%. With doing another way, well, it was only 30%. So I might stick to the T-bar. You know, just play with it.
Yeah.
I can only say what works for me and what doesn't,
Yeah.
and that wouldn't work for me.
Yeah, I do like the fact that you've got the prices there written for someone to see in front of you.
It can be a bit of a pain. I don't want it to be like a McDonald's menu, where it's just this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one. I'm just going to say, from what we've talked about back up here, which was the week, I could even, I guess, highlight and say you need this one, bang, and this one, bang.
But I think that's good that they know that you've got a set price for everybody, that you're not just pulling it out as you go.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's the other thing about it too, is that it's funny, when something's written down, people will believe it more than if you just said it. Even though you could have just typed it up,
Yeah.
but people will believe that more.
Yeah. Well, it was prepared earlier, wasn't it?
That's right.
Well, at the end
But
of
it's
the
such a, sorry,
No, no, okay.
it's such a good idea, and again, another light bulb moment is, with what I've been talking about with gold, silver and bronze and platinum, and what I'm going to implement is choice of half an hour, 45 or an hour PT, just different price ranges within those structures. It's a good idea.
Yeah, I've got the whole bronze, silver, gold thing there as well. I like the idea of a good, better, best system.
Yeah.
I think that's just a bit of laziness by just calling it bronze, silver, and gold. I think if you want to stick with your branding, and everyone here's got a brand that they are, that is their business and themselves, then this could be a really good opportunity to brand those good, better, and best things. Or even when we talked yesterday about selling results as a package rather than selling sessions, this could be the 5 kilo loss package. This could be the 15 kilo loss package. This could be the 30 kilo loss package, or something like that. And then you go, well, I need to lose more than 5 kilos, so I better get this 15 kilo package. Sky's the limit with this sort of stuff. You can word it or set it up any which way you want. Anyone who want to offer any more suggestions on the close? Because it really is a big important thing. At the end of the day, you want to give your potential client a chance to say yes. When I do these assessments with the TAFE students, I make a point of when they pull out the whole T-bar and then they say, so which one do you want? Option 1 or option 2?
Yeah. Pick me.
I just shut the fuck up at that point. And after like 2 or 3 seconds of silence, they're like, and so yeah, anyway, this is that package and that's that one, and you get all this for that, and they get uncomfortable with that silence, which tells me that they're uncomfortable about their prices. If you're confident and proud of what you're offering as a service and the prices you see of value, then when you say to them, are you going for option 1 or option 2 in that T-bar approach? Are you going option 1 or option 2? John, which one would you rather? Then just shut up and let him decide where to go from there. Because if you're not even confident about it, he's going to feel that. And he's going to say, oh, probably not going to worry about it. And I'd be confident enough if you're like leaning towards the option 2. So look, John, at this point we've got 2 options, option 1, option 2. To be completely honest, mate, I reckon option 2 is the best way for you from what we've spoken about. What do you think? Can I get you on option 2 today? Or something like that. It all comes back to what works for you. Brucey's not very salesy and it works for him. That's fantastic. When I'm a bit more casual like that, I mean no disrespect when I say that, but when I'm a bit more casual like that, it doesn't work for me. They take the form, they take the prices and they leave and I never see them again. So doesn't work for me.
At the end of the day, you're just having a chat with them about what's going to be the best thing for them, so that you can support them.
That's right.
It's not trying to get the goal, because that's the most expensive and that's where you're going to get the most benefits.
The thing I always remember is exactly what Ali's saying, is that we're not selling used cars, we're not selling, oil to bloody wherever oil goes to. We're selling improvements in life and losing 15, 20 kilos and, helping a whole family of people and lowering blood pressure and adding another 20 years to your life and all sorts of cool stuff like that. So I've got no issues at all with saying to someone, John, you're telling me you've got to think about it, mate. I need to be honest with you and say I really want to help you because I know you've got the potential to be helped and make a lot of changes. So I would really love to see you jump on the silver package today. What do you say? Questions, concerns, goods or bads about that?
I think it's good. You know, I think it's well outlined and, will, you know, means that anyone can get them over the line to it, and that sort of thing.
Yeah, and that's the idea of it too. Like I don't want to be doing the sales in Fox. Don't want to be doing the sales in 5 years' time. But if we've got a system set up that the next trainer can come and, you know, go through the questions without me being there, fantastic. All right. So once we've been through all that, we've worked out their total price. We get them all on board, and then this little bit here might be interesting to you or not. There's 3 different little bars that need to be filled out at this point. Sorry. First one is the sales team person. That's normally me, so my name goes to the top because I'm the one that sold them. The trainer best suited to do the sessions is Trish. The best time to call the client, they told me, was next Friday at 5 p.m. How they want to be contacted, text message because they're never on the phone or something like that. The best session time for them is Monday mornings at 6 a.m. So this then goes into Trish's tray in our office. Trish pulls it out. She can see, oh yeah, cool lads, no worries. I've got to call John at what's he time at, or text him, sorry. And his session is Monday at 6 a.m. She checks her diary, that's sweet. So she puts here, trainer was Trish, date and time you contacted, whatever date it was and the time. The outcome is, I've texted John, he's coming in for his first session next Monday at 6 a.m. She then puts it into the manager's tray, which just happens to be her as well, and then she'll go, yep, filled out properly, sign it off, bang, all done. So what a form. You've gone from capturing their database on the top of that first form, going through all the sales questions, working out their week, getting an idea in the head of when they're going to be coming in, flip over the page, there's the prices, there's the packages, which one do you want, John? Awesome, you're going to sign up, great. Goes into the office and then it gets sorted out by the trainer then calls John, John's happy, he's got his text message, the trainer puts it into the manager's tray, says yeah that's sweet, John's all sorted out, everyone's happy. Cool? Questions on that little bit? Even if you're the one-man band, you can still do something like that, couldn't you? Even though you are a sole trader, it's still good to set up your business like you have different levels of people. The trainers, the manager, the boss, or whatever, because it's just you putting different hats on in your business. Like what Gina talked about yesterday with your cash flow and your breaking even and everything else, you guys need to be the business owner. We can't always just be the trainer that, you know, all the trainers are doing this whole sheet is do 1, 2, 3 things. The poor sales guy's got to do the whole thing. So you as a sole trader, put the sales hat on, then put the trainer's hat on, then put the manager's hat on, and every time it goes into the different systems. So now we've got a big folder full, and it's literally, you know, we can't even close the darn thing, full of all these sheets of, you know, people in our database. And Trish puts them into our Aweber thing, and they become onto our email system, and, you know, it starts to fall into our initial contact sheet. All right, we're going to have 5 minutes. We're going to start to make your sales scripts. What I want you to cover is that little database box at the top, and at the end of the day, you can set it up however the hell you want. Don't, you know, feel free to use mine, but you can do it however you want to. So the database captures stuff at the top, the types of questions you're going to ask. If you want to have the timetable in there, you can. If you want to flip it over like I did, then have the prices, and then have some office use only stuff down the bottom to keep the order. Let's do that as well. I only want you to spend 5 minutes on it, just get a bit of a template, a bit of a ballpark of how you're going to set up that sales script.
Yeah, I think I was out of the room when I had the first one.
Cool. 3, 2, 1 guys, let's go.